Hi there, and thank you for tuning in. Today it's episode 1 of what I intend to be a series of videos about cars I thought were very memorable to drive. So let's get started with an older car, which is also the car that spawned this series in the first place. It's the Cadillac Seville, specifically the rear-wheel drive model built from 1976 to 1979. It is the one car that I think of most often when it comes to the surprise of how well a car can drive. It is, to this day, without a doubt, one of my favorite cars I have ever driven. Let me start then by summing up the driving experience. I don't have a Seville at hand right now, so it's going to be a verbal account of what I remember how it felt like. So, how did it feel? The Seville felt unexpectedly sporty. It felt light, but very solid, and had an expensive touch at the same time. In a way, it seemed that there was an extra care taken in tightening everything up, and it also seems that the car had a great sound insulation. I love the way all the different Cadillacs have felt over the years when I drove them, but this particular Cadillac Seville, the 76 to 79, is actually the only one from the old ones that reminded me of the sportier nature of some of the other GM brands, especially their intermediate-sized cars, while still retaining that top-of-the-line luxury air to it. In my opinion, it's a true driver's car then. Plus it had a very manageable size, so in Europe, especially in Switzerland, you could actually encounter these every now and then on the street, all the way through the late 1990s in fact, but by the early 2000s they were all but gone. I have to admit that I don't remember which model year the one was that I was driving, because it wasn't mine, but it was light blue on the outside and had light grey leather seats. The steering wheel, as best as I can remember, was the beautiful 3-spoke wheel, the one that is star-shaped and had been available in Cadillacs for quite some time up to that point. And I want to mention the steering wheel in particular, because I feel that it played a big part in making the driving experience such a pleasure. Maybe I'm mistaken, but it seems that the steering wheel seemed quite large, especially in relation to the relatively compact stature of the car, therefore making the turning of the car all the more easy. I have to say, I truly enjoy cars that are somewhat light on their feet, and this Seville was king in that regard. It is actually this very model that made me become especially sensible to the idea that a car should kinda feel the way it looks. In the case of the Seville then, it is a look of a slender body sitting on top of big, chunky, muscular wheels that have easy work moving the car around, or at least look like it. Sure, back then the Seville could still be considered a rather heavy car, at least compared to most lower-priced cars, that is, especially in Europe, where compacts and intermediate-sized cars would often be below or just slightly over a ton. Actually, a curb weight of 2,000 kilograms is very light for a car that is just below 5.2 meters in length, which is S-Class territory. And this brings me to the engine, the 5.7 V8 that's under the hood, and which completely won me over. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's an Oldsmobile engine, and it wasn't just the cruising that was a breeze. The big surprise came when stepping on the gas pedal. Kickdown felt as if the entire car pounced and jumped forward. Also, there was the seating position that was great. I thought it was rather high up, a bit Rolls-Royce-ish I might say, and it was very easy to find it comfortable, especially since Cadillacs have a telescoping steering wheel, which is one of my favorite options in any car. And lastly, despite the lightness I keep emphasizing, the car had a very substantial feel to it. On the interior, there was a very solid feel to everything. All the materials had a weight to them. Same goes with the exterior. The minimalistic design gave or gives this car a very tight appearance, and the solidity of its appearance was also emphasized by the paintwork, in fact. Why that? Well, I have always felt that the legendary optional fire mist paints added a visual weight to the appearance of any car they were on. So on the smoothly styled Seville, this metallic paint made the car seem to be carved from a single block. The overall look was therefore massive and expensive. So there it is, a quick impression of a car I absolutely enjoy driving. If you have one or had one and remember or know how it feels, let me know if I'm completely mistaken or if I'm actually onto something. In any case, thank you for listening. Talk to you next time.